is Mrs. P. I am here to do my budget overview for the month of January. Goodness, 2025, here we are. I can't believe that time has gone by so fast. It seems like just yesterday I was making my very first video here on YouTube and I was scared to death, but you guys have been great. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have a new kind of budget planner set up, very similar to the old budget planner, but I did get larger rings so that maybe I can have more months in here. Let's see here. To get started with, I have my subscription tracker. I did mess up on this. I need to fix this. I am trying to figure out how much we spend toward our subscriptions. And I just realized I looked this one up and it is $100. And this should say November. Well, I guess I can change it to look like that. I put yoga. But these are our subscriptions that we pay for yearly. And then eventually I will write down all of our subscriptions that we pay for monthly. This is where I will keep all of my drafts, because I always pre-plan the budget and then do it together with you for a final copy. I have my monthly calendar. This is where I go through and designate each payday and what comes out and what needs to be paid for with each payday. Here is my monthly draft or budget. I have a draft, but it's going to give all of the details on how much and what we spend and what we make and all that stuff. Here is my sinking funds monthly plan. I've already filled this in. This is the sinking funds and savings that I do, and it's just broken down by week. That way I know how much to get out of the bank each week. Then I have my budget. I do budget weekly. I get paid once a month. My husband gets paid every week, and I just roll over from week to week until the end of the month. And then here I have some cash planning sheets. I did add some categories. I have got a new plan for the year. I don't know how it will go, but we're going to try it out. Let's see here in the back here. I have my weekly check-in. So for these categories, I will write down how much we spend each week and then tally it all up at the end of the month, so we can see how much we're spending on groceries, pets, household, eating out, gas, and any unbudgeted expense. And that is my budget setup so far. All of these sheets are available in my Google Drive. I am going to eventually move everything over to a Ko-fi so that it's easier for you to access and I don't have to add it to my Google Drive, and it's just a hassle. So eventually I will do that. I'm hoping to do that before I go back to work. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I do whenever I do a budget is I write down, I highlight. I use the highlighter method. This is from the Budget Mom. I actually did something similar to this even before I even knew of the Budget Mom. But we get paid, my husband gets paid on Thursdays. And so our budget goes from Thursday to Wednesday. So I just highlight in different colors so that it's easy for me to see from week to week. Then I write in all of our expenses that we have. We are on a debt-free journey, but we are kind of slowing that down just a little bit because my son is getting married, my oldest son. He's getting married in October, and he lives in Washington State, and we live in North Carolina. So it is quite an ordeal to get all the way across the United States, plus helping pay for the wedding and those sorts of things. So we're saving for that so that we don't have to go into debt for the wedding. All right, so I'm going to speed you up through while I fill in all of the expenses that we have. I will zoom you in though. Okay, so that is my monthly overview. I've got all of our bills. Here in the red is our Snowball. The last couple of months I've been filling in Snowball, like all the cards that we had paid off, and then putting that amount toward our Snowball. But because we are now going to really focus on the saving for the wedding and traveling for the wedding, we are going to just put a designated amount toward the Snowball each week, and I will get into that more in just a minute. But this is how I do my budget, and that way when I'm doing my weekly budget, I just go through, say if I'm doing the January 2nd through the 8th, I know where all the things that's going to come out that week. So I accidentally messed up this. All of this should have been on this box, but I didn't. I messed up, but it's okay. I'm not going to redo it. So now we have the monthly overview. This is a more detailed part of the budget. This is where I put in the amounts that we will pay toward each bill and debt and expense. So this is going to be for January. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So this is going to be for January of 2025. And we have, my husband and I both work, so we have his income and my income. So we are expecting around $42.25 for my husband and around $34.77 for me. And then other is things like money that my boys send for their payments or bills that we still pay, and my mom and my father-in-law, that sort of thing. So this is $480, and so our total income is $81.82. Okay, so then I write down all of my bills. We have our mortgage, which right now it's $11.40, but I do know our escrow is in the negative, so this will probably go up. Progressive. This is my son's insurance. It is still in our name. We are trying to get it all switched over to Farm Bureau where we have our insurance, but we have not yet done that. Farm Bureau, that's ours, my husband and I, and we also pay for my father-in-law's insurance, and that's $166. Microsoft, this is my daughter's Xbox account. It does come out of her allowance, so that is something she wants to pay for. Assurant, this is my son's renter's insurance. We will probably not be paying for this too much longer. He is getting ready to move. This is my middle son. He is going to move closer to the city, so he will probably get a different kind of insurance once he moves. And how I'm going to have him get that in his name so that he doesn't have to pay me for the insurance. Google, that's our storage with Google. And car wash. We live in the country, and being able to wash my car unlimited each month is definitely a necessity for me. Life 360 is $9. That is an app. It helps you keep track of your loved ones, and I love it. Mr. P Hobby is $61. Geico, this is another one. I really hope that we get changed over to Farm Bureau. This is my husband's Gator, the insurance on it. Netflix is $17. Apple Music is $12. Power, this month's power bill is pretty high. We have had some cold weather. Spotify, see here, 13. And with our power, this is not just electricity. This is also our internet and some outdoor lighting that we have. Hulu, 22. I did drop Discovery Plus, so we don't have that anymore. Verizon for $35. That includes like 7 phone lines, 2 watches. My boys pay for their lines. My mother, my father-in-law, they pay for theirs. So This is just the whole bill altogether, but we do get reimbursed for their plans. iRobot is our Roomba. It's $32 a month. Apple Storage is $10 a month. YouTube Premium is $25 a month. Mr. P Hobby is $49 a month. And something new, and I'm not even sure if this is exactly what it's going to be, but our gym membership, I think it's going to be around $100, give or take. We haven't gone and actually gotten like enrolled or anything, but my husband and I are wanting to have a membership so that we can work out. We are trying to get healthier in the new year. So all of our bills and expenses is $27.66, and that is what we plan to have as our like fixed expenses for the month. This one could change. I'm not really sure. That's an estimate of just talking to other people who have memberships there. All right, so this next section is our savings and sinking funds. I have already filled out, and I know exactly like how much each sinking fund is going to get this month, and same with our savings. So for sinking funds, I plan on putting $675 towards sinking funds. That's funds like for our memberships and garbage pickup, medical, haircuts, things like that. Savings, I have several different savings that I am working on. One, I have to save up for next summer. I do not get paid in the summer. I'm a teacher, so I have to have enough money to go over the summer. We do not have summer school anymore, so that is not an option for me to make extra money. So I have to save for that. I also have to save for the wedding. I have to save for Christmas, like all the things. So this month we plan on putting $1,900 toward savings. All right, so that gives us $2,575 in that category. All right, next we're going up to our variable expenses. This is everything that I keep like in my wallet. So we have groceries. We're gonna do $600. $150 has been working out really well for us each week. So $600 for the month. Pets, $80. Household, $80. Household, that includes like toiletries, makeup, those type of things, garbage bags, all that stuff. Mr. P, we are going down a little bit in our blow money. He's going to get $100 this month. Mrs. P, I get a little bit more because he has those hobbies that he pays for, so $210 for me. Miss P is going to get, see here, $60 this month because she is paying for her Microsoft. I thought it would be easier just to take it out of this and not pay her and then have her reimburse me. That's just too much. All right, I'm going to put a line for eating out, but we are not planning on eating out this month unless something crazy happens. Gas, I'm going to stick with the $70 a week. That's been working pretty good. So $280, and then I'm going to leave a line for unbudgeted because something always seems to come up. All right, so for our variable expenses, our total is $1,410. All right, now I'm going to go down to all of our debts. We are slowly like knocking out the debts. We've got truck, which is $470. I do have a car payment, but it comes right out of my check, so I don't even see the money. Wells Fargo, that is our Snowball card. It's going to get $75. Ortho, this one should be paid off in January. So $88 toward the ortho. Student loan is $498. And Snowball. So I'm going to write this one in red. So our Snowball card, which is the Wells Fargo, is going to get $300 this month, and anything extra that comes in. I also do like mini Mondays and other things to save for the Snowball. So, but that is what I know for a fact that we can put toward the Snowball, and if any extra income comes in or whatever, we put extra towards that. So that is what we are planning for the month, and so our debt section is $1431. All right, so now let me zoom you out just a minute. So all of these categories, we've got our bills, we've got our savings, we've got variables, expenses, and then debt. We put that all, or I put that all in this little box down here so I can have a quick glance. So we are expecting $8,182 in income. Bills are $2,766. Variable expenses $1,410. Savings $2,575, and debt $1,431. All right, so if you add all of that together, which I have already done, it comes to $8,182, which gives us a zero-based budget, and that is what we plan to be at the end of the month. So anything that we've rolled over throughout the month, we will apply all to the Snowball. So that is the monthly overview. The last thing I'm going to do is just go through the sinking funds that I plan to designate like how much money to each category. I do want to go over my plans for savings. And let me just go ahead and zoom you in. We already know this. So groceries is going to get $600, pets $80, household $80, Mr. P $100, Mrs. P $210, Miss P $60, eating out $0, and gas $280. So the variable expenses is $1,410. Then I go down to our short-term sinking funds. Beauty is going to get $80 this month, medical $80, sports $100, nothing for family fun, and nothing for Sam's. Family fun, I have moved over to a savings challenge, and Sam's, I always just put whatever leftover grocery money we have into the Sam's envelope. Pool supplies, we have a hot tub and a pool that we have to buy chemicals for, and then nothing for clothing because I have a challenge for that, and $15 for garbage. We have to pay garbage quarterly, so $15 a month pays that. So this section is $295. Then I go up to more long-term savings. I've got our subscriptions, $30 a month. Propane is a new category. I did not save for propane, and we use that for our gas logs in the wintertime, so I'm going to put $10 to that. Camping, we will eventually want to start saving money for camping, but not yet. School supplies, I need to go ahead and get started on that because that will be here before you know it. Vet, that's going to be $40. Car tags, $40. Car maintenance, $80. And home maintenance, $160. And so this section is $380. Now for the fun part. This is our savings. So holidays, I've done it different ways. I started out one way last year and then started doing mini challenges for it and saw very quickly that I didn't save up enough for Halloween, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do like challenges and stuff like that to save for that. So I'm going to put $80 a month toward holidays. Holidays is going to include Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July, Halloween, Thanksgiving. So those 5 plus Mother's Day and Father's Day. All right, senior year, $40. My daughter is a freshman right now, but I know that senior year is going to come up very quickly. So I want to start saving for that because I know it's very expensive with prom dresses and pictures and all those things. Vacation, I'm going to save $200 a month. This is on top of and in addition to wedding savings. because we still like to, like, we have the wedding planned for October, but every now and then we like to get away for the weekend or something, you know, and I just want to have some money for that. Fun money, I'm going to put $80. That's going to be guilt-free spending, going to the movies, bowling, whatever. Birthdays and gifts. I did not save near enough for this last year. I'm going to start out at $120 a month. We have this wedding or birthdays and gifts will include like birthday parties, shower gifts, retirement party, whatever, you know, all of the things, plus our family birthdays. Health savings, this is something new. I'm going to put $100 a month towards this, and I am not real sure if that's going to go to buying more healthy food. Could go to the gym membership. It could be buying clothes or whatever we might need. So for right now, or supplements, I'm not sure. So I'm going to designate $100 to that. Summer savings, $400, because I've got to save for that. Christmas, $200. Wedding, $400. Emergency fund, right now we have not put all the money back into emergency fund that we took out over in December, but we're close, so I'm going to hold off on that for right now. I'm just going to see how this goes. Mini Mondays, I'm going to put $200 towards that. These Mini Mondays also fund other categories up here. Same with the YouTube Hop. And so this section is, and I do not have that tallied up, so let me add this section up. $1,900. I did know that. All right, so all in all, our variable spending and our cash sinking funds and our savings is $39.85. And this is money, other than this category right here, and then a few of these, this is money that we don't necessarily have to use, but we need to, because saving for these things that we know is going to come up is definitely the smart way to go, because that way you do not feel like obligated to put things on a credit card, or you don't feel like you have to. That was always our problem before, was that we were not planning for, you know, things that were coming up, and so we did not have the money to pay for them, so we put them on credit cards, and that got us in a big old mess. So we are trying to get out of that mess, and this is how we have been doing it. So anyway, that is my overview for January. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching, and I will go ahead and pull this candle over. It has been burning pretty much all day. I've been doing a bunch of videos today. So I'm going to go ahead. Nick is just buried in there. Try to blow that candle out. And I will say goodbye. You guys have a great day. Bye.